We are here in Savannah. This is supposed to be a haunted house, and we are having a tour with the ghost tour. And got it. This is the Old Town Trolley.
All right. Okay, my 11 o'clock tour.
So Old Town Trolley tour, ghost and
All right. My 11 o'clock
gravestones.
tour. Can anyone hear me? Yes. All right, wonderful. Now, before we head inside the Angelo house, I of course want to talk a little bit about the man of the hour. Now, you see again, this is lovely Angelo house, but let me tell you a bit about Angelo. You see, Angelo originally came to Savannah at the ripe old age of 17 as a man full of potential, and he originally came here in order to work at his uncle's cotton firm. Now, you see, he actually ended up doing so well in this regard, he actually ended up taking over the family business and became a very well-to-do man himself. In fact, he actually acquired so much wealth from doing this, he was able to commission this beautiful house before you to be built. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Lowe would actually not find much happiness in this home. You see, just before this house was to be completed, he would lose his first wife, Miss Savannah Haunted, and their 4-year-old son. Now, Mr. Lowe would find love again, remarried to a lovely Miss Mary Cooper Stiles about 5 years later. However, she would soon die as well, shortly after the birth of Andrew's 6th child, and she actually did pass away in this very home. Now, that being said, obviously, Mr. Lowe would not associate many positive memories with this house, so he would instead spend much of his time away in England on business. However, when he was away, he only trusted one man to take care of this house while he was gone, and that man's name was Thomas Millage. Now, Thomas Millage was born a slave, however, no man got more respect from Andrew than Tom did, and in fact, the two were very close friends in real life. In fact, in Andrew's will, he said he was going to give Mr. Millage the $300 for every year of his life so long as he shall live. That doesn't seem like much now, but if you account for inflation, that $300 will equate to about $8,000 to $9,000 in today's money. Now, obviously that's a lot, but unfortunately Mr. Millage would actually never see this money come through, as both he and Mr. Lowe would pass away in 1886. Well, that being said, the money would proceed to go to Mr. Millage's family. Now, before Andrew's own death, in his will, he said, well, he actually commissioned a tombstone for Mr. Millage for when he was to be buried in Laurel Grove Cemetery, which reads, "In affectionate memory of Thomas A. Millage, for many years faithful friend and servant of Andrew Lowe, Savannah." Now, again, as you can tell from all that I just listed before you, that Mr. Millage was a very well-respected member of the Lowe family here, and a very respected staff member as well. And he actually spent the most amount of time in this home more than any other member of the Lowe family. And it's actually for this reason is why we attribute much of the activity in the home to Mr. Millage. You see, currently underneath our home is currently our office and archives. However, it once served as the servants' quarters and the kitchen. We will not be going down there today. That being said, however, many staff are reporting various footsteps going on underneath, as well as the turning of doorknobs. In fact, sometimes people will report still hearing the sounds of doors opening and closing, without little to no evidence of them actually moving at all. Now, it appears that someone is still looking after the home even after all these years. Now, I mean, this could be Mr. Millage, or perhaps it could be someone else. Like this lovely gentleman in black over here that you may or may not have noticed. Or that lovely person in black over there as well. Now, do not fret, these are just two of the lovely caretakers of the home. They'll be leading into the house now. This is actually a rather small group. I think we're about 18 people here, so you know what? Yeah, all can go with you. So do not fret. He will be leading you to the lovely caretaker of the house, and the caretaker will take care of you all. I'll still be watching you, so don't worry. I will just be dead last. Follow him. Go ahead.
God. Alex. So we are going to the haunted house. So let's see what's inside the haunted house. Hopefully we won't get haunted. And just to remind you that this is Savannah. So we're entering the haunted house. One of the haunted house. And it's 11 o'clock in the evening at this time.
You know us.
Hmm.
Do you want your stuff? This reminds me of my first house in Florida.
Now, as we make our way home to the bedroom floor, folks, do feel free to walk around as I tell my stories up here. I want you to be able to see all of these different rooms and any to pique your interest.
Reminds you of like, this is the first one.
Freaky dog. So 30 to 34% of the furniture in the home is original to the family. The rest of it is original to the time period. With that, welcome to the bedroom floor of the Andrew Lowe house, everybody. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Sorry, we don't allow drinks in here. If you just want your guy down, you should take it and sit in and get shower. Sorry. But with that, this is the bedroom floor of the Andrew Lowe house. My name is Olive. I'm the head caretaker of the home tonight. And I would like to start the tour by directing your attention to the most horrifying thing about this bedroom floor. It is surprisingly not the creepy doll room. It is actually the fact that there are 5 bedrooms and just 1 bathroom. Horrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Did you see the 5 bedrooms up here? They are each named for the person who spent the most time, or at least the most memorable amount of time within each.
This is the
The two I'd like
bathroom.
to tell you about tonight are right across from me here. We've got the Styles bedroom, but I'd like to first start with that Lowe bedroom in the back corner. You see, the Lowe bedroom, it is named for both Mary Lowe and Juliet Gordon Lowe.
That's a nice.
As throughout this home's life, it seems that the women of the family would more often than not drawn to both live and die in that bedroom. Mary Lowe would pass away in that room in 1863, while Juliet Gordon Lowe would pass away by the window in 1927. It could be the deaths of both of those women that caused that room to exude such a sense of sadness, especially on certain days of the year. Now, a good example of this comes from 1979, when a horrific storm ripped through Savannah. The day after, 2 society members would be here to assess the damages. As they're going about their business, they start to hear the soft sounds of sobbing. They're sure someone's broken into the home for shelter. They start to investigate, following the sobbing up the grand staircase, but step by step it gets louder and louder, till they reach the threshold of that Lowe bedroom, and it had grown so loud it was now full-blown wailing. They were absolutely certain someone was inside that room, but when they looked, they couldn't find anyone. The sobbing would not stop. Eventually, it overwhelmed both women with feelings of sadness and grief. They would flee the home to escape it, only to return 2 weeks later, at which point they realized the day they'd been here. It was not just simply the day after a terrible storm, but it was also the day of the anniversary of Mary Lowe's death. That is June 17th. Now, that being said, we have Styles' bedroom right across from me here, which is named after Mary Lowe's mother, Eliza Styles. But it's not Eliza we believe is still inside.
Please don't read on the wall.
Instead, we do believe it is her husband, Colonel William Henry Styles. You see, shortly after the war, the colonel would contract an illness. He would be brought to this home to be under the care of his wife. However, in 1865, he would tragically pass away from pneumonia in that very room. Now, we used to have a former housekeeper. She'd come in every single day, work from the basement up to this floor. She claimed that every time she'd reach right about here, she would glance into that room and see seated in the blue rocking chair the figure of a man. Now, She got very comfortable with seeing this man, started to greet him every single day. And she'd greet him with a "Hello, Mr. Lowe," and "How are you, Mr. Lowe?" But she herself has said she does not believe it's Mr. Lowe. And we have to agree, because Andrew Lowe passed away in England. When he died, he still had a head full of fiery red hair. The gentleman she describes in that chair is much taller, very frail and sickly in appearance. He has longer white hair. So we do believe that that is Colonel William Henry Styles, still rocking away the final hours of his life. It could be that there are several in this family still doing just that today. Now that creepy little bell sound, folks, that is for us. So snap your final photos up here and do follow down the staircase after me. Excuse me, pardon me. So sorry. You guys just follow me. We'll be heading into the parlor room, everybody.
By the way, who's ever talking to them, don't worry, we'll give it back again.
Alex. Alex. Alex, did you see this? Did you see that, Alex?
Filtering into this room, I'd like to point out a few portraits to you guys you'll be seeing. So to my left, that is the man himself, Andrew Lowe, and his fiery red hair. On either side of me, we have two portraits of a lady in blue. That is his second wife, Miss Mary Lowe, who passed away upstairs. So with that being said, the two rooms we're in now, these would have been the former parlors of the home. This one to my right is the family parlor. The children would have spent a lot of time over here playing card games and reading the large elephant